Hello, and welcome to The Deep Insight. In the heart of one of the world's most tragic conflicts, a surprising new chapter is unfolding. Donald Trump has unveiled a sweeping Gaza Peace Plan, a deal that promises to end the war, free the hostages, rebuild Gaza, and redraw the political map of the Middle East. It's bold, it's risky, and it's already dividing the world. Today, we break down Trump's Gaza plan, what it really means, who's behind it, who wins, who loses, and whether this fragile peace can actually hold. So what exactly is Trump's Gaza plan? Announced in late September 2025, it's a 20-point roadmap promising an immediate ceasefire, a massive hostage for prisoner swap, and a total demilitarization of Gaza. For the first time in nearly 2 years, the guns have gone silent. On October 10th, Israel and Hamas entered a fragile truce, the first real pause since the war began. The deal is built around one powerful exchange. Hamas releases all 20 living Israeli hostages, and in return, Israel frees nearly 1,900 Palestinian prisoners. Some of them had been held for years, some without charge. The moment those prisoners stepped out of buses in the West Bank, we saw tears and cheers, disbelief. And for many Israelis, it was relief, heartbreak, closure. But that exchange is just the first step. The plan goes much deeper. Trump's proposal calls for Gaza to be completely demilitarized, all tunnels, rockets, and weapons dismantled. In their place, a multinational stabilization force, including Arab and Western countries, would enter Gaza to secure order, retrain local police, and oversee the transition. Who would govern Gaza next? Not Hamas, not for now. Instead, a technocratic team, Palestinian experts, backed by international monitors, would run the territory temporarily. And once the dust settles, control would be handed back to the Palestinian Authority, the PA, if and only if it reforms and proves ready to govern. Trump says this plan could finally open the path to long-term peace. Critics, they say it's a high-stakes gamble one that could collapse at any time. At the center of it all, 5 players. Donald Trump, the self-styled deal-maker, now attempting to rewrite Middle East diplomacy from the Oval Office. Benjamin Netanyahu, balancing between gratitude for the hostage releases and pressure from his own right-wing base to keep military control. Hamas, battered, cornered, yet still a force on the ground, trying to survive politically. The Palestinian Authority, suddenly back in the picture after years of irrelevance. And hovering over them, all the international community from Egypt and Qatar to the EU and the UN, trying to turn this fragile truce into something real. For Israel, the hostage deal was emotional. For families, it meant the return of sons, daughters, and parents, some alive, some in coffins. For Palestinians, it meant freedom for hundreds who had waited years behind bars. But this wasn't just about emotions. It was about leverage, the foundation for a bigger bargain. If both sides honor this first step, reconstruction can begin. If either side breaks faith, the entire plan crumbles. So who's coming out on top and who's losing ground? Donald Trump gains what every U.S. president dreams of: a legacy-making peace deal. Israel regains its hostages and projects an image of restraint and leadership. And for millions of Palestinian civilians, the guns falling silent means something priceless, a breath of safety, a glimpse of hope. But not everyone's celebrating. Hamas, stripped of military power, faces an existential crisis. Hardliners inside Israel see this deal as surrender or betrayal of deterrence, and even the Palestinian Authority risks public backlash if it's seen as a puppet of foreign powers. In other words, peace may have come to Gaza, but not without cost. Benjamin Netanyahu has called this a moment of restraint and leadership. But make no mistake, his peace is cautious, conditional, and fragile. Inside Israel, pressure is building. Military leaders warn Hamas could rearm in secret. Right-wing parties accuse Netanyahu of giving up too much. If a single rocket is fired from Gaza, or if any part of the deal falters, Netanyahu could pivot instantly back to war mode. So will he stay peaceful? Maybe as long as peace serves Israel's interests. The world now watches Gaza with cautious optimism. Reconstruction is set to begin under international oversight. Schools, hospitals, and homes are being rebuilt. But make no mistake, this is only phase 1. Phase 2 demands the demilitarization of every Hamas brigade, the disarmament of militants, and a stable handover of power. That's where peace could live or die. If Gaza can rebuild without rockets, if the PA can govern without corruption, and if Israel shows patience, this could be the turning point the region has waited for. But history reminds us every peace deal in this region lives on borrowed time. So, is Trump's Gaza plan the dawn of a new era or just another pause in a century-old tragedy? It's too soon to tell. For now, there's quiet over Gaza, and in that quiet, the world listens, waits, and hopes. If you found this breakdown helpful, hit that like button, subscribe for more deep dives, and tell us in the comments, do you think Trump's Gaza plan will last, or is it just another illusion of peace?